And the final thing about IAAPA 2021 is it's the beginning.
IAAPA show is amazing.
My first IAAPA was 1987.
Remember that this is a huge show.
The most important one piece of advice, other than business cards, is comfortable shoes.
How should an operator approach each day of the show?
Prepare is the key word. I love the old saying that success is when preparation meets opportunity. And between exhibitors and other operators and seminars, there's lots of opportunity, right, at IAAPA.
You need to understand the needs that you have.
One of the things about the IAAPA Expo is that it is split into various components.
It's best to understand the trade show map floor, because there are different sections that may be more appropriate to your industry. Or if you're going to look around at everything, then you should break it off into different sections.
A little tip, there's two, once you land on the homepage, there's two buttons, one for exhibitor, one for attendee. If you go to exhibitor, even if you're an attendee, you'll get to the floor plan and the exhibitor list. So that can help you prepare who you want to see, what booth number they're in.
It is important that if you're going there to buy, that you should have at least looked at the IAAPA floor plan, which is available online. It doesn't cost you anything. You can do that even if you've not registered.
Identify if there's a specific type of vendor, or if there's a section of vendors where you'll be able to meet your needs.
Although appointments, are tough because it's so big and so active that it's hard to stay on schedule. At least it is for me. So you want to give yourself plenty of time probably between appointments.
You want to be able to maximize your time as efficiently as possible.
The key things that you should be getting ready now is letting the people that you want to see know that you're going to be there. And one of the most important things that I can ever advise any of our clients to do, make sure you've got some business cards. If you're looking at the FEC market, then you need to look at the three components that make your FEC, which is the experience that you're offering your guests, the means in which your guests pay for that experience, and how you get your guests to come back again and again, repeat visitation.
Most of our business is focused on family entertainment center development and operations. So they've created the FEC corner. Most of my business takes place in that area, but I always want to get out into the greater show because there's a lot of ideas out there.
There is a fantastic FEC reception that takes place. There's also the main gala reception for the trade association. These are great networking environments. Be aware that there are many events taking place after the show, and it is important to try and get to those.
And when you register to attend the IAAPA Expo, there are matchmaking services that help attendees get in touch with exhibitors that might be more appropriate for what they're looking for. There's a lot of people that you would be able to eliminate, some vendors who might not be the most appropriate for you. And there's a lot of smaller businesses that may be more appropriate that you never even thought of.
And if you go in knowing that you're going to buy a product, go right to that exhibitor for the first time, because they don't want to necessarily ship their booth back to wherever their home base is.
There are going to be a lot of new machines on the show. There's also going to be a lot of infrastructure. CRM, customer relationship management systems, are essential now. So card frictionless payments. Are you going to be using cards? Are you going to be using mobile phones, smart payments? These are the things that you'll be looking at, and there are lots of examples on the show floor. And then finally, the most important, see what the competition's doing. So if you're lucky enough to be opening a facility where there is no competition, then you're very unique and you're very lucky. But in the real world, everybody has competition. And it's important to learn the lessons that the other developers have been developing.
Number one advice that I would give would be to do your research.
I learned early on that what I think about a new game that I'm seeing for the first time doesn't matter. It's how the game performs. And the only way to know that is to let it get out in the market, give it a chance to run, and see, make sure that it has longevity, it's mechanically sound, all those things.
Try and collect at least some of the literature and magazines. I know it's a burden, and you can even FedEx them back to your hometown if you want to go that route. But collecting that material and taking lots of pictures is a great aid memoir. FedEx office just by south and north entrance, and they do a very special rate. I even know some people who ship back their laundry.
I got full disclosure, I don't know. But I do read the newspapers. I do talk to my colleagues in the industry, many of whom are exhibitors. I think it's going to be a little smaller and a little less attended. I don't think it will be any less valuable.
The Orlando show is the best of the best. This is the one that has the most exhibitors and the most attendees.
When I talk to our clients who are exhibitors, they're really looking forward to the show. They're planning on giving it their best, putting their best foot forward. The biggest piece of advice that I tell myself is listen. There's a lot to learn and a lot of people there with different points of view, and just listening and digesting that is valuable, whether that's exhibitors, vendors, fellow operators, etc.
The most important thing that I can say to everyone really is look after yourselves if you're going to the show, and be prepared. Make time for yourself as well as for your business.